I can feel my heart rate rising right now. Because what I'm about to do is really hard for me. I want to make this video as one take, one video without any cut, without any editing. Because I want to answer a question that I've had in my mind. And I think the only way to answer this question is by doing it in exactly that format. And the question is, why do we actually have to announce real talk? Or why do some people do it? Isn't that somehow weird that when we suddenly decide to talk real, when we decide to be real, we have to announce it? What does this tell us about ourselves? Or what does this tell us about the internet and the way that people communicate there? Have you ever done that yourself? Have you ever, on a platform, announced, "No, I'm about to do some real talk"? Why is that? Why do people have to do it? Do you fear, or do people fear that when they are real all the time, that people are not going to like them? Or why is that the case? Maybe you can help me answer it. Because to me, it seems like a symptom of the world at the moment. It seems to be like it describes pretty well the state that many people are in, I think. For me, it's so important and so crucial because I'm trying to do the opposite with my work. I want to help people to not have to announce that now is the time when I do real talk, but whatever we do is real talk. Look, I have a small studio in Munich, in Germany, and the room I'm in right now is one of the 2 rooms that I have. And the other room I'm just turning into a dojo for video creation. A dojo means the place of the way. It comes from martial arts. And in martial arts, this is the place where people practice. And for video creation, of course, you also need to practice, simply because this talking to a camera is a super weird situation. It's very unnatural, looking into a lens and there's nobody around, and now I'm trying to be somebody. And this is why I want to build the space to practice with people how to be real in front of the camera, how to be yourself, and not try to be somebody who's liked by everybody. Because if you try to be that someone who's liked by everybody, well, in the end, I think nobody will like you. Or you won't like yourself, because you will then slowly turn into a person. You will turn into somebody who was designed by what other people are saying and not who and what you like to be. And so I view my role more as somebody who helps you take some layers away instead of adding layers and layers of things, of personalities, of ideas. No, I'd like to help people to dig down. And I think that's what's happening in the internet and in the world of social media, and why there is such a thing as real talk. Because people add layers and layers of, oh, this is me as my gym personality, this is me as my business person, and this is how I want people to view me in that situation. Instead of trying to be the real you the whole time. Because I think if we are ourselves the whole time, it's hard to accept that people don't like us, right? Because it hurts. It hurts if I'm myself and somebody tells me, I don't like the way you are. This is difficult, right? This hurts. However, reacting to that by doing something that turns myself into somebody who I don't want to be, on the long run, this is even more hurtful this is even more dangerous. Because then, at some point, I will need to focus, draw back, and be like, okay, now I'll do some real talk. Which is weird. So what I'm trying to do with what I'm trying to build here is to be kind of that person that Rick Rubin so famously describes in whatever interview he's in, that his role of a music producer isn't to produce and add stuff. His role is more to be that person who takes stuff away. So he's more a reducer than a producer. Which is why I'm also not calling the place over there a studio, because a studio has that vibe of, we need performance. We need this to happen now. Now you need to be on point, and now you need to be the thing that everybody wants you to be. A dojo is different. A dojo is the place of the way, the place of practice. If we allow ourselves to play, if we allow ourselves to practice, that means we can be ourselves and we won't be judged if something goes wrong. And this is what I think is necessary. And this is also what I don't think that I'm the only one who sees that when I look at the internet, when I look at social media, and when I look at everything that's being produced. I'm pretty sure that there are other people who view it the same way. So my aim is to kind of get rid of that idea that we need real talk at some point, simply because everything we do is real talk. And if I can play a small part in that, if I can be just a small, tiny wheel in that system, then I think this will make me happy. And this will be the best thing that can happen to me. And now I feel that my heart rate is slowly going down because I feel like I've said what I wanted to say in the format I wanted to bring it across. And I managed that it's only one take, no editing, no scripting, no planning. So I do hope that in the future we see less real talk being announced and then some blah, blah, blah. But what we do see is we see people where we know what they're doing the whole time is real talk. There aren't any layers. There aren't any personas made up. So it's just them. Let me know what you think about the question and about what I said.